In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a complete AI money system. This is the same business model most AI companies operate on. Companies like OpenAI, Midjourney, Higgsfield, OpenRouter, OpenArt, you name it. How this works is you buy credits through an API and then you sell them with a markup. So this money machine that you're going to build can be implemented into any application that you want. This could be an image generation platform, video generation platform, a chatbot. This could be something a little bit more niche, like a fitness planner that's powered by AI. Anything that you can think of, you can implement this as the back end, this economy, and guarantee profitability as long as you have users, right? So this is how it works. Very simple. I have here a basic UI that we're going to replicate. But basically what this is a platform that will allow your users to interact with your economy and do whatever it is that your platform allows them to do. And every time AI is used on your platform, you make money. So as I said, every single AI company leverages this kind of business model to a degree, even companies like OpenAI. And as I said before, every single time AI is used on your platform, you make money depending on whatever markup you want. So the end user will be using your platform, and your platform is connected to an API, which is connected to a library of AI models. So whatever margin you want, whether that's 5%, 10%, 50%, 100%, anytime an API is used, which is every time an AI model is called, you get paid. So the caveat is you want to provide value. You want to build something that people actually want, and more importantly, something that people actually use. But this complete system will have everything from authorization, a library of AI models, a robust credit system, usage tracking, API keys, and full development. And this is an enterprise level technology stack. And the best part is it's not going to cost you anything to get started because we're going to be using Supabase for the scalable database. You can scale from 0 to 100 very easily. It's high performance. We're using the best tech stack out there, and we're using cloud infrastructure, so you don't really need any fancy hardware to get this going. So the first step is, if you don't know what kind of platform you want to build, you don't need to worry about that just yet. We're building the foundation right now. And then after we build the foundation, then you can go in, personalize things, set your profit margin, add layers to your application for niche specialization, and then you can launch and scale. It really is that simple. So in the community, if you go to AI Builders Playbook, you should see the AI Money Machine blueprint here. And you can click this and you can see we have a full 25-page document that will walk you through step-by-step how to set this up. But the best part is you can just give this entire thing to an agent such as Claude Code or Codex or even Anti-Gravity, and it will build this out for you. So I'm going to walk you through that process. So just make sure you download it here and then just open up a fresh instance of Claude Code. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add this just like that. We have the AI Money Machine blueprint, and then I'm going to just speak using Whisper, build it. So very simple command. We're just going to give it the document. It's going to analyze everything, and then it's going to build it out for us. So while that's cooking over here, if we go back to the document, there are a few things we'll need to set up in the meantime. First and foremost, we're going to need a Supabase account. This is the database, and yes, it is free to use, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to need an Eternium API account. This is how we access all of the AI models. And then we're going to need Node.js, which Claude Code should be able to handle for us, in addition to Git, so we can actually store our code on the cloud. And then we have, obviously we're going to need an agentic AI to build this for us. So I use Claude Code at the time of recording this. I would assume you do as well if you're in the community. If you don't know what Claude Code is, or if you don't know what to use, I would watch this video over here to get you started with Claude Code. Then also we're going to need Cloudflare. Okay, again, it's free to use. This is where we're actually going to host our application. And then also we're going to need a GitHub account so we can access our code on the cloud, store, and use version control and everything right there, and all the things like that. So first and foremost, let's go to Supabase. So once you sign into Supabase, you're just going to want to create a new project right here. Very simple. And then name your project whatever you want. I'm going to name mine tutorials. Whoa, just like that. Database password, just make sure you set a password. All right, just like that. And you can enable row level security and then create new project. And then this is going to take some time to set up in the back end as well. And so while that's doing that, let's just check on our Claude Code real quick. It's still cooking, and it may open up a little preview for the development as well. And you can see it's outlined 4 steps that we're going to need to accomplish. So the next, we already did the Supabase. Just gonna, like I said, wait for that to cook. And then let's move on to the API key through Eternium. So if you go to the second link in the description, or maybe it's the third, doesn't really matter. There's going to be a few links down there, but Eternium API, we're just going to click this and then we're going to sign up. So now that we have this, we're just going to sign in, and it's going to ask us if we want to sign up for a free starter, builder, paid tier. For now, I would just recommend using the free tier because you get, free credits. You don't need to pay anything out of your pocket to test your application. So we'll just go with free for now. Then you'll get an API key. So you want to make sure you copy this and save it because you won't see this again. So while we're doing this, I'm just going to go Eternium API key, and then we're going to paste it right there. I'm not going to send it just yet, though we could. But now we're just going to go to dashboard, and we'll see all of our information here. This is exactly what we want. So we're all good on that front. So the next thing we're going to want is Cloudflare. And again, this is 100% free to use up to a certain point. So once your application starts getting a lot of traffic, then you're going to have to start, upgrading your infrastructure. But like I said, this is 100% free to start. So we're going to log in or create an account, depending on if you have an account. All right. And once you're signed in, we'll just leave it as that. And then we'll just wait for Claude to finish cooking. So now we are about 7 minutes into Claude cooking, and it's still writing all the files we need. We don't really have a preview that we can look at just yet. All right, and it's just going to ask us to approve a few commands here. So we'll just go ahead and approve those. It's writing some more files. We'll approve that. And now it's going to ask us if it can run the development server. So we'll go ahead and approve that. Now here we have localhost. It should pop up in this little browser here. If not, then we can just click control and then just click on this. And here we have our little AI platform. Very, very basic, very bare bones, but it is still building. So I'm not going to send it any commands just yet. And then depending on how your Claude is configured, it may ask you for your credentials for GitHub, Cloudflare, and even Supabase. If it does ask you for anything regarding that, just give it access to your browser if you have no idea what it's asking, okay? Because it can be kind of confusing. So I would highly recommend downloading the Claude desktop, or rather the Claude Chrome extension. This will give Claude access to your Chrome browser, from which then it can carry out any task that it needs to. It can configure your databases and your Git and even your Cloudflare for you. So now you can see it also, I guess we can hide this. We now have our little dev server preview right here. So now it's going to just confirm everything looks good, that there's no issues. And then we can go in, sign up, and begin fine-tuning this and personalizing this to whatever it is that we want. All right, and it is now built. So right here, what you need to do manually before it's fully functional. 1, Supabase. Create the project, run the SQL migration from section 2.2 of the blueprint. What does that mean? Well, I'll show you in just a minute. And then Eternium, sign up and get your API key. We already have that right here. And then edit the environment file and replace placeholders with your real Supabase URL, anon key, and Eternium API key. We can have Claude do this once we configure step 1 and 2. And then number 4, deploy, which is push to GitHub and connect to Cloudflare pages. So basically what it's saying is the front end is done. We just need to connect a few things on the back end, and then we have a working application. Granted, it is ugly. It is not branded. It doesn't even really do anything right now because we need to configure what it actually needs to do. Whatever application you want, that is when you'll begin building it. If you want an image generator, a video generator, if you want something fancy, then you can begin building on top of this. This is just the foundation. So first things first, we'll go into Supabase, and we're going to need to run the SQL migration from section 2.2 of the blueprint. What does that even mean? Well, if we go to section 2.2, we'll just need to scroll down a little bit right here. So section 2, set up Supabase. Section 2.2 is just this syntax right here. So we'll just copy all of this. Kind of makes it a pain in the ass with this little footer text, so I'm gonna have to remove that, but we'll just go up here, copy that, and then go into SQL editor right here and then we're going to paste that. So just make sure we didn't copy that other stuff, which doesn't look like we did unless I'm tripping. Oh yeah, right here. So make sure we delete that. Boom, that looks good. So now we'll just run this. We should get a success, no rows returned. Perfect. Now our user profiles can actually be created and stored into our database. So what that means is people can sign up to a platform with their email, password, and everything, and it's going to be saved so that they can sign in down the road, right? That's very, very basic infrastructure there. But they can sign into our platform. That's what we want. And so now that we have that, step one is complete. Created the project, and we ran the SQL code to build user profiles. So now we need step two, which is API key, which we already did earlier. So we'll just go ahead, send this in addition to a message with the Supabase is configured and I ran the SQL migration. So now it's going to connect to Supabase, confirm that the SQL was created successfully, and then it's also going to store this API key in a secure manner. And now it's asking us to get two things, the project URL and the anonymous/public key for Supabase. This always confuses people. But let me show you how to do this. So in Supabase, if you go to this little cog here, this project settings, if you click into this and you go to general right here, you'll be able to see your project ID here. Another hack you can do real quick that I'll show you is if you click this connect button, you can go over here to MCP and you'll be able to see a lot of different coding agents. Obviously, I'm using Claude Code, so I'm going to use this, but you can connect your Claude Code instance to the MCP server so that it can connect and set all of this up automatically so you don't have to worry about doing all this crazy stuff. So you'll just follow the steps here in the connect your app. So I'll just copy prompt and then I'm going to paste that right here. And you'll see we have quite a big prompt there. And then you can see right here, this prompt goes through all the steps needed to set up this MCP. So I'm just going to paste that real quick, basically telling it, hey, I want to connect to the MCP server for the database so we don't have to really do any hard work, right? Because if you do this at the beginning, it's going to save you a lot of time because you're going to have to add a lot more infrastructure down the road, especially if you want a really powerful application. All right, and so now it's asking us to set up the MCP server by running some commands in a regular terminal, not inside this session, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're going to copy these and then I'm going to open up the command prompt and then we're going to paste this. Boom, paste anyways. And so now it's going to say added HTTP MCP server Supabase with URL, blah, 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 to project config, blah, 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 we're good to go. And then the optional agent skills, if we want, we can do this, but I'm not going to do that. And so now it's just going to ask for the anonymous key. All right, so to get this, we'll go up here and then go back. And then we'll actually go to API keys, and it should be this one here, this secret key. So we're going to copy this, boom, and then paste. And then I'm also going to say, I ran those commands in the terminal. All right, now it's going to restart the dev server because we set up new environment variables, all those API keys. And so now, all right, now all credentials are set and the app is running clean with no errors. All right, so we have our Supabase URL, we have our anonymous key set up, we have the API for Eternium set up, and then we have the URL for everything. So login page is live. You can now sign up with new account and I'll hit your real Supabase and it will hit your new, my goodness, and it will hit your real Supabase instance. So our database is connected to our backend. And so after we sign up, we'll land on the dashboard, which pulls credit balance and usage from the Eternium API. Want to test it out by creating an account? Yes. So we'll sign up and then we'll go Tyrin, just like that. So we'll sign up, create an account. It says forbidden use of secret API key in browser. I have no idea what that means. So I'm going to go ahead and get a screenshot just like that. And it's for Windows users to take a screenshot is Windows key Shift S. Very, very useful if you're vibe coding. It's giving me this error when I try to create an account. So I'll just go ahead, let it know that we're getting this error and it's not letting us create an account. Hopefully you guys aren't experiencing this, but we're doing this live. I'm walking you through this in real time. And it's my fault. That error means the key you gave me is the Supabase service role secret key, not the anonymous public key. Okay, that is all my fault. So hopefully you guys weren't following me verbatim. So I think, yeah, we got to give it this, the public key. So we'll do this. Here is the public key. All right, so now I just signed up. We didn't get that error. So now we'll go sign into our new account. Just like that. If I can remember the password that I just created. So now it's saying email not confirmed. So all we're gonna need to do is open up this little thing here and then just confirm your mail. All right, and that's going to confirm. So now we should be good. And then we're gonna sign in again. And just like that, we are now in our application. Again, very basic, but this is the backbone of your application. So now we are connected to, at least at the time of recording this, over 20 different AI models from GPT-5 to Nano Banana Pro 2, Kling 3.0, and much more. So we can build cutting edge AI applications. We can have people sign up, and then we can set our margin. So one thing I want to be sure of is, what is our current profit margin? Question mark. So by default, the profit margin is 25 to 29% for images and 23% for videos. And this is default built into the Eternium API. So if it costs, for example, $1 to generate a video from Eternium, we are going to charge anyone who uses our platform $1.35. That's what this means right here. So every time someone uses your application, every time someone uses the AI on your application, you make money. So here is an example. So if you have 1,000 image generations every single day, you have $10 to $15 a day profit. 10,000 would be $100 to $150 a day profit. And that's just generations. That's not users. So if you have 10 users generating 100 images, that's profit right there. You can do the math. This is, like I said, what every AI company uses for their business model. You buy it wholesale, you sell with a markup. That's business 101. So my friends, this is literally just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So if you already have an idea for what you want to build, you can take this and run. This is enterprise grade, extremely powerful, and very profitable. So you can go in here, customize this, change the branding, add functionality, import the models, and begin testing it 100% for free. And so when you're ready, you can deploy this on Cloudflare. So let's actually do that real quick so I can walk you through that process. All right, let's deploy this to Cloudflare, please. And so first, it's going to commit this to GitHub because we always want to save and store our code in a safe manner. All right, and my repo is live, so we're good on GitHub. And so I also have configured Cloudflare pages using Wrangler. So that is what it's going to use to deploy this to Cloudflare. And you can see here, the platform will be visible on that little domain there, where to go, that URL. So once you sign into Cloudflare, just talk to Claude Code and have it walk you through the process of setting that up, because I forgot I already configured it. So it's not going to let me reconfigure it, or else it's going to break. It's going to break my stuff, but it's very easy. If you guys truly want me to make a video on this, I can. Just let me know. But again, it's not that difficult at all. Just ask your agent. All right, perfect. And so we are now live. Our application is live and ready to go. But one thing to do in Supabase, go to authentication, URL configuration, and add the temporary development page for our Cloudflare project as a redirect URL. So authentication works on the deployed site. Keep blah, 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 blah. Another hack too, like I said, if you have the Claude Chrome extension, you can just ask it to do it for you. It'll take over your browser. It'll go to Supabase. It'll add these for you. So you don't need to worry about navigating to the right place and going through all the documentation to find out where you need to add this, because that is annoying. And that goes to say with anything. Download Claude Chrome extension and it can help you do most things. So my friend, that is just the tip of the iceberg. In the next few videos, we're going to beef this up. So stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace.